Hi, this is Hadley Anselm, and this is for Intro to Argumentation at Missouri State University. According to Pew Research, 51% of all voters put abortion as a topic that they considered in political action as very important. This indicates that abortion is not only extremely relevant to American politics, but is hence extremely relevant to American civil discourse as well. As an American and also as an American woman, the topic of abortion is something that I follow very closely and also something that I do find very important to me. I have been found in a couple Instagram comment sections debating the topic, but my interaction with civil discourse is primarily through family and friends, and much to my dismay, Thanksgiving family dinners. So, the issue of abortion is largely debated on moral and religious grounds, but it also does allow room for personal freedom and personal choice, and because it has that many personal beliefs to balance in terms of morals, religion, etc., it should be no surprise that it is an extremely contentious topic in civil discourse. So, due to its heated nature, most information that comes out that it would be considered false information is actually disinformation. And disinformation is intentionally malicious or manipulative information that is put out to either change individual opinion or individual behaviors. Notable examples when it comes to abortion itself are typically ones that are meant to divide. So I will say people do discuss about the safety of abortions and also potential negative impacts of abortion. But I will say I personally have noticed a lot of uptick in the disinformation of something that is it's at birth or a post-birth abortion. This disinformation is meant to fearmonger and create more moral questions regarding abortion as a whole, and it does so in choosing to highlight a very, very, very minuscule amount of abortions as a whole. Largely, this disinformation will come with the claim that the left supports and uplifts these post-birth abortions. An example of this disinformation at the national level of discourse comes from conservative lawmaker Ron DeSantis. Quote, "In some liberal states, you actually have post-birth abortions," end quote. Another conservative lawmaker, Ted Cruz, quote, "Democrats are embracing abortion up until the moment of birth and even horrifically after that," end quote. To improve civil discourse in the United States, many things need to be done. First and foremost, there's far too much of an incentive to produce this fake information and disinformation, misinformation, all of the above. On social media platforms, this equates to higher views and comments, which can create monetary incentives for creators. Furthermore, there are cost per click incentives for news sites. Generally, providing financial motivation for producing fake news can be mitigated through legal action or any type of disclaimer stating that anyone that produces or circulates this disinformation can be held legally liable and hence would have to relinquish their profits from circulating that fake news. According to Webstat, holding both content creators and advertising networks accountable is essential in dismantling the lucrative ecosystem that allows disinformation to thrive. However, focusing on the source of the problem is not the only way to control the negative effects of discourse. It is also crucial that media literacy be emphasized in the modern age. By increasing media literacy, individuals will be able to distinguish between disinformation and credible information. This is extremely important for many reasons, and as best said by the American Public University, quote, "Media literacy and digital literacy are essential skills needed to be successful in both academia and business," end quote. These are also just essential life skills when it comes to functioning as an educated member of society. I will say it's important to separate disinformation from misinformation and also disinformation from credible information. This will achieve a more educated voter base and as a return, a more educated society as a whole. And any educated society will make progressive and educated decisions for that society. So discourse would be more effective and generally society as a whole would better itself. With misinformation and disinformation being consistently spread, it is hard to cooperate and guarantee that society can progress and make good decisions, whether it be across party lines or at dinner tables at Thanksgiving. So through this course in particular, I learned a lot about cooperation with other individuals. Academically, I learned the types and situations in which certain argument types are used, It is crucial knowledge to know what types of argumentative fallacies there are as well, to better understand what is relevant in a discussion or debate and what will fall on weaker grounds. Thank you.